Most people expect change to arrive in dramatic moments, a breakthrough, an epiphany, a single decision that suddenly fixes everything. But life rarely works that way. More often, change happens so quietly that we don't notice it at all. Until one day, we look back and realize we're standing somewhere entirely different. There's a simple idea that helps explain this. It comes from behavioral science, but it echoes something much deeper about how reality itself seems to work. Small changes, repeated consistently, don't just add up. They compound. Imagine improving just 1% each day. Not dramatically, not heroically, just 1%. At first, nothing appears to happen. Days pass, weeks pass, and it can feel frustrating, even pointless, because the results aren't visible yet. This is what's often called the plateau of latent potential. Below the surface, things are changing, but above the surface, everything looks the same. And this is where most people give up. They assume effort isn't worthy for failure, but nature doesn't work that way. Think of an ice cube sitting on a table. The room warms from 25 degrees to 26, then 27, then 28. Nothing happens. At 29 degrees, still nothing. Then at 32 degrees, the ice begins to melt. The change didn't happen at 32 degrees. It was prepared for by everything that came before it. In the same way, most progress is happening long before it becomes visible. This idea shows up everywhere, in learning, in healing, in relationships, and even in how consciousness shapes our experience of reality. Neuroscience tells us that the brain rewires itself through repetition, not through intensity, but through consistency. Each small action strengthens a neural pathway. Each repeated thought reinforces a pattern, and over time, those patterns become automatic. This is why chasing motivation rarely works. Motivation comes and goes, but systems remain. A system is simply what you do repeatedly, whether you're aware of it or not. If your system supports clarity, awareness grows. If your system supports distraction, confusion grows. Not because of fate, but because of repetition. From a deeper perspective, this suggests something quietly profound. We are not shaped by our goals. We are shaped by our habits of attention. What we consistently notice, what we repeatedly tell ourselves, what we return to when no one is watching. This is where spiritual teachings and modern science begin to overlap. Consciousness doesn't leap forward in sudden bursts. It unfolds, one insight at a time, one moment of awareness at a time. And this may explain why real transformation often feels boring while it's happening. No fireworks, no announcements, just small, almost forgettable choices accumulating beneath the surface. Until one day, the shift becomes undeniable. You feel calmer, clearer, more grounded. Not because you forced change, but because you allowed a new pattern to take root. So perhaps the real question isn't, how do I change my life? But rather, what am I practicing every day without realizing it? Because life seems to move in the direction of what we consistently rehearse. And when we understand that, we stop waiting for big moments and start respecting the quiet power of small ones.